lost connection for a second. Did I lose you? Ah, okay. Am I connected? Is anyone with me? Okay. Well, hi everyone. I have literally spent the last 45 minutes getting all these ingredients together. The two recipes we're doing today have a ton of ingredients, but they actually share ingredients, and I always have these Asian sauces and things on hand, so it wasn't too bad. But if I'll span so you can see, I got lots and lots and lots of ingredients. So it should be a pretty cool class. I always found, hi Tamara, hi Nancy, how are you? I always found that when I did cooking classes in person, that the sushi and the Asian dumplings and the summer rolls, anything from Asia, was always the most popular. So I'm pretty excited about this. These are Vietnamese recipes that are kind of edited for my liking. I apologize. I will be looking occasionally at these recipes. I have made them, but like I said, there's a lot of like a little of this, a little of that, and I don't want to say it wrong. So the first thing we're going to make is a banh mi sandwich. It's a very traditional Vietnamese style sandwich. It has lots of pickled vegetables and usually a meat. Probably most people are familiar with a pork, but we are going to make it with a mahi-mahi. The fish you use is totally optional. Mahi-mahi is readily available, and it is a fish that holds up well. So the one thing that we're not going to do on camera is the marinade. It's very, very simple, and I can show you. I actually have it marinating in a bag. It's been marinating not overnight, but since this morning, so it's been sitting in a marinade for quite some time. In the marinade, just want to get this wrong. Sorry, guys. Hi, Susan. How are you? We have granulated sugar, and it seems like a lot of granulated sugar, but in this sandwich there's a lot of acid and a lot of some bitterness. There's, you want that sugar to kind of like mellow it out a little bit. I think the sugar is very important. We have a lime. I used a little bit of water, which is optional, and the only reason I do that is because when I worked at Savor Magazine, somebody told me that I had to add water to this mixture. This is actually a take on one of their recipes, a little bit different. But I added a serrano chili. You can add really kind of whatever chili you like. Jalapenos are great. And I did not seed it. I just sliced it very thinly, and you can kind of see that in here. My oil is getting way hot. I'll have a grease fire. That would not be good. But it would be on par for how my cooking classes usually go. There's usually some catastrophe, but a grease fire would be kind of bad. Okay, fish sauce. So fish sauce is it comes in, just little bottles in the grocery store. Every ingredient that I have here today, I was able to find at my local supermarket. I went to Publix, so Kroger, Wegmans, like whatever is near you, they usually have all of these ingredients on hand. Hi, Barbara. And Barbara. Two Barbaras. Lots of sesame oil. It's very strong, but delicious. Red curry paste. You guys know how I feel about red curry paste. It's like my favorite ingredient, besides butter. Comes in a little bottle, and some olive oil, and then I have, see, first casualty. Just dumped my curry paste. Thank God it's paste. And then I've got some panko breadcrumbs. These are seasoned. It's just because I had seasoned panko breadcrumbs, but plain panko breadcrumbs are fine as well. Or really whatever kind of coating you like. I just like the crunchiness of the panko breadcrumbs. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to have to work behind me, so I will try to do this sideways. That might be where the real casualty of the day comes in. So take your fish that has been marinating, and I've already cut it into fours. You don't have to do that, because we're going to divide it once it goes on the baguette. But I guess I was lazy, so there you go. Okay, so you want olive oil in the pan, about 2 tablespoons. You don't need to completely immerse it. It's not deep frying, however that sounds delicious. But we are just getting it golden brown and cooked through. So I don't even care how really coated it is. I just like that extra crunch. So, everyone see that? Can you see me? Make sure it is hot. You should hear a sizzle, but not so hot it's gonna burn. It's a tricky balance. So heat it up slowly. Okay, coat the other one. And I'm just using a stainless steel, this is actually a saute pan, but fry pan works as well. My oil's a little bit hot, but it'll cook faster. All right, so number 4 going in. This is about a pound of mahi. Smells really good too. You can really smell predominantly the sesame oil. No shock to anybody who's had sesame oil, it's very strong. Okay, and we're gonna do something really cool and unique to this sandwich that I don't think you would find in a lot of Vietnamese sandwiches. Okay, so it shouldn't take longer than a couple minutes. Resist the urge to flip it for at least a minute and a half. You want to make sure it is done before you flip it because you don't want to leave all that nice crust on the bottom. You want it to adhere. People always ask me if they need to add egg as kind of a way to get the batter to stick. I don't feel like it's necessary. We just have the juice from the marinade. I have on occasion added coconut milk, dredged it in coconut milk, which is also really good too. Dredge it in coconut milk after it comes out of the marinade, and then put the panko breadcrumbs on, which is pretty darn good. So you can do that as well. Okay, so can you guys see? Sometimes you gotta play with the oil a little bit because it gets hot really fast. And again, I'm just using olive oil. Sorry, I'm off the camera, aren't I? 1 second. I'm just using olive oil, but you could use another type of oil as well. I know olive oil is not very neutral, so coconut oil is really good, but not something that has burns really quickly. Okay, well that's doing its thing because it's actually, the oil wasn't that hot. We're going to start on our spicy mayo. This has a lot of stuff, but it's so good. So, just take mayo. I recommend Duke's, because Duke's is thebomb.com. It's my favorite. Isn't there like a battle between mayonnaises or something? Are you a Miracle Whip person or a Duke's person? I've never understood those Miracle Whip people. My father was a Miracle Whip person. Anyway, okay, so it's just Duke's mayo, or whatever kind of mayo you like. Half a cup, I believe. I don't have my wrist. Half a cup, yes. And 1 to 2 oops. Sometimes it needs a little shake. Sriracha. 1 to 2 tablespoons of sriracha. And of course, you know me. I'm going to go with 2 tablespoons of sriracha. I like it spicy, as do my little children. This, folks, is the only spatula. I use this for everything. It's a fish spatula, and it works really well. If you don't buy anything from my store, please buy a fish spatula because I guarantee it will be one of the only spatulas that you use. Love it. I had to do a little plug because it's just like literally. Trez, the Lexington store manager, will also say the same thing. It is one of my favorite things that we sell. Okay, so it looks like we're ready to flip. Now, when you're cooking it, you can't smell it, obviously, because you're not here, but I can smell that, I guess I can smell the chilies the most. Let's see. What's everybody saying? Do I freak people out when I do that? Like, you know what I'm doing? I'm reading your comments. Dukes! Ginger Carico knows what's up. Dukes is the best. I've been making, Hanover tomato sandwiches. Only Duke's, and only the worst for you ever white bread that you can find. and salt and pepper, and it's delicious. This should look a lot like yum yum sauce. Is that? I think that's what it's called. But it's about to eat a spoonful of mayo, which I am not above because this is like it. I just like a lot of sriracha, so. But keep in mind, there's a lot of pickles going in here. There's a lot of other stuff going on there as well, so don't make it too overwhelming, but that's good. All right. Needs maybe another 30 seconds or so. Gotta love an all-cloud pan. We don't carry all-cloud anymore, but hammer style, heritage steel, equally as good. Hi, Ashley Gordon Becker. Yeah, I forgot you got married. You're always Ashley Gordon to me, but congratulations on all your babies and your husband. I haven't seen or talked to you since high school. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do after that comes off, we are actually going to start preparing our sandwiches. I have a French baguette that I have divided into 4s. You can try to do this in one long sub. Maybe if you had a party, that would be very dramatic. I don't recommend trying to do that because it's hard. But, and sometimes, I know, I'm murdering the bread. I like to either, divot it out a little bit or just kind of push it to create a well because I don't want to get rid of the bread. But that kind of helps all these ingredients because it'll stack up high. Okay. Wondering how I should do this. Okay. All 4 pieces of mahi mahi coming off. That's really good. You can taste like, almost tastes like honey, like spicy honey. With the sugar, but that's what they look like, and they're amazing. Hi, Christina Wade. Hello, neighbor that I never see. She's like right there, but we haven't gotten together because of COVID. Soon. Okay, she's amazing. So assembly time, super easy. Let's see. So the first thing I like to do, there's all these bottles look alike. I have to like read them all. Some of them are in Japanese. I believe this is sesame oil. Hold please. Whoop, yep, that is sesame oil. Okay. Ew. No. Delete sesame oil off your hand. I just have a finger licking issue. Okay, so the first thing I like to drizzle on my bread, optional, because it is spicy. Hammer style is much better. Barbara Shore, you are probably right. She also works for me, so she has to say that. She's talking about the pan, if you're reading the comments. Okay, so I like to drizzle a little bit of, let's just do one. Let's just do one for giggles. And then we can put the others together. So take your 2 halves, again, depending on how spicy you like it. Now I'm nervous. Woo! Well, I'll be eating this one because nobody else will eat that one. That one's a little spicy. And then a little bit of soy sauce. There's a lot of sauce going on in here. Just trust the process. Just trust that it's going to taste amazing. I promise you it will. So once you've added the mayo, let me just make sure I'm getting all these ingredients correct. You divide the mahi-mahi, so 1 piece of mahi-mahi, which we almost lost the bottom of it. Sometimes the crust will fall off a little bit, but that's okay. Just scoop it up. Divide the mahi-mahi. Scoop it up. If you lost a little, just tuck it back in there. It'll be fine. And then we have all of our other fun ingredients. So the one thing I didn't have in the recipe, but I had it in the fridge, and it's a very distinct flavor, but I love it. Watercress, excuse me. I like adding that. It is a very distinct flavor. So if you haven't had watercress, make sure you taste it before you just throw it on there. Okay, so divide the mahi-mahi. Add fresh cilantro and whatever kind of fresh, I mean, mint's really good in that. That's actually going to be in our summer roll too. But add some fresh cilantro. This is an acquired taste for some people. So you might want to switch it up if it tastes like soap to you, which I think is so funny. Something that tastes so delicious to me can taste like soap to somebody else. So I'm going to add a little watercress because it's beautiful as well. Then we have some cucumber slices for some freshness, but you can pickle these as well. I'm very into pickling, as if you didn't know. If you saw my post, this is the quick pickling recipe that I posted in the comments. These are my carrot slices. They've actually been there since yesterday, so these are, they will pickle quickly enough, but it's okay if they sit in there overnight. This has the rice wine vinegar and some chilies. It's really good. So those are the carrots. Then I have some daikon radish that I have cut into slices that have also been pickled in the same quick pickling recipe. This is where it gets interesting. And what did I forget? I know I forgot something. Oh, good Lord. The mayo. Seriously, trust the process. It's going to taste amazing. You can also put this on the bread first, if that makes you feel better. Then, the piece de resistance. A fried egg. Put a fried egg on it. Just trust me. Just put a fried egg on it. Then, close. And ta-da! So good. I'm debating whether I should actually eat this in front of you, but that's kind of disgusting. Should I? Should I? So good. Very spicy. Just gonna hang out here for a while. You guys can figure out how to make summer rolls. This is so freaking good. Okay. I have to move along. I will take photos of that. Really, really delicious. Okay. Next up. I feel like I forgot something. There's just a lot of ingredients. I don't know. Next up are our summer rolls. And you can make these with different kinds of ingredients as well. I like them with shrimp, cilantro and mint, some carrots, and cucumber, and some lettuce. We have some comments. Be there. Yeah, I wish you could be here. I miss you too, Christina. You have no idea how much. I was talking about you this morning, actually, when I drove past your house. Okay, so, whew, I'm sweating. It is also like 127 or something in Richmond right now. All right, so for the summer rolls, they are gluten-free, usually unless there's something in the sauce. They are made with rice paper wrappers. So basically, these guys, which seem very similar to plastic, and they always make them with these fun patterns on it, which I find a little strange, are just rice and water that are pressed until they form rice paper wrappers. This will make 12, the recipe that I posted. So you have that. Then you have your rice noodles. So these are angel hair rice vermicelli noodles. So they're very, very, very thin. Very, very, very thin. And you can either use angel hair rice vermicelli, or actually, we literally make these so much, I have bags of these. So I have another example of what you can use. It is basically the same thing. It's just in your Asian food section. And it's called mei fun, and it's rice sticks. So, but it's the same as far as we're concerned for this recipe. So to get the rice noodles ready, you just boil water, heat water up until very warm. Just boil water. That's just easiest. Just boil the water. Then you put the rice noodles in a bowl that can handle heat, and then you pour the boiling water over it and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Check on it, because sometimes, you know, depending on how hot your water was, how fast you got it to the noodles, but just as soon as they soften and are pliable. Then you are going to put the noodles in an ice water bath. And you can just leave them hanging out there while you gather all your other ingredients, and they're good to go. So, the assembly. This is the fun part. Actually, I want to show you one more thing. So, everything that I do for these summer rolls, I have matchstick size, and I'm not going to worry if they don't all match or whatever, but try to keep them thin. For the cucumbers, they're a little thicker, but that's okay. I feel like I should say something. Anyway, never mind. For the cucumbers, use, if you can, I use ones with seeds just because that's what I had and someone gave them to me, but use the Hot House or seedless. It's so much easier because, I mean, you can eat the seeds, obviously there's nothing wrong with eating cucumber seeds, but I just find it much more pleasing without seeds. So to julienne, I just wanted to show you, or matchstick, I wanted to show you how I kind of do it. Again, I swear to goodness, we're going to have a knife skills class. So take your cucumber, you can see this one has seeds, and just kind of level off the length that you want. Level off the sides. This isn't a perfect square, but in a perfect world it would be. Let's move this out of the way. Take your Wusthof knife, of course, or maybe you should use a string knife. This is an Asian recipe after all. And you are going to do uniform slices, however thick you want it. You guys, maybe this is why we're not going to do a knife skills class, because this is a disaster. So take that, then you can stack them all on top of each other again in slices, and then you slice them again. Then you have your little matchsticks. Ta-da! Very cute. It's also the same as julienne. So anyway, we've got that. Next, grab a plate that has, a pie plate works really well actually, but I have a pie in my pie plates. I have 2 pies in my pie plate, so I didn't have a pie plate. So this one is just a plate that has a little lip because you're going to want to put some water, cold water, on the plate. Can I do it? Can I do it? Oh, yes, I can. Okay. That was very dramatic. Take your rice paper wrapper, submerge it into the water. And this will probably take about 25 to 35 seconds. I don't know. Just keep, you can flip it every once in a while. But basically, you want to make sure that it is soft and pliable, but not just sticking all together. Just flicked water on my face. Comments. Hi, Linda. A tennis coach. Linda fails. I miss all of you people. COVID's made me very emotional. Not that I saw you before COVID. It makes you think about all those people that like really, you know, you miss people. Anywho. And I just talked to a camera. Nobody responds back. Just kidding. We're handling it very well in the Nicholas household. Okay, so I'm gonna do one, set it aside so you can see what I'm doing. This is pliable. Woo! Pliable but not breaking and not totally sticking together. So lay it down on your work surface. I find a cutting board works just fine. We have cooked shrimp that are cooled, and I have halved them lengthwise. So this was a whole shrimp, where the vein is, half it lengthwise. Place them down in the middle of your wrapper. Then you are going to take your mint and your cilantro, whatever you want. If you don't want the cilantro, that is fine. And you're going to place that on there. Then take a handful, and you can do this in any order. I just like the shrimp on the outside. You guys can't see what I'm doing, this is pretty fun. Take a handful That's a giant handful of your noodles, but I like the noodles the best. So, and place that on top. Then you can add your carrots. You can add some cucumber, and then just 2 or 3 slices. And then this is optional, but take a piece of lettuce, and I just use regular old lettuce, wrap it around it, and this is when you're going to roll it like a burrito. So, you gotta work fast. I'm not working fast enough. It's starting to stick. So take one end, tuck it under, then fold your sides, and roll. I always lose a matchstick. It's okay. And it will seal itself. Look at that little summer roll baby. It's okay. Do you want me to do it again? I'll do it faster. No pressure, Sarah. All right, so 25, 30 seconds in the water. Make it pliable, not too pliable. It's getting there. Hopefully you guys are gonna try this. It's really good, especially if you have a garden. You can use your own herbs and your own vegetables. Not quite there yet. I'm actually drinking matcha tea too. Did anybody know that I'm the world's biggest matcha tea latte fan? So good. My mom says it tastes like grass. She's wrong. Okay, so, no, it's not there yet. Come on, I'm willing it to be done. Okay, so, down, 2 halves, handful of your noodles. Some herbs. Just pull the leaves off. However much you like. Carrots. I'm actually not a big fan of carrots. I would probably leave the carrots out if I wasn't being filmed right now. Just saying. Then, lettuce. Burrito wrap. Fold over the whole thing. Tuck the sides. And roll. Ta-da! And once they kind of really seal tightly together, you can cut them in half and you can sit them up and they make a really pretty presentation. All right, so the last thing I like to do, and this is a super, super, super duper, 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 duper simple sauce. You can do it with chili sauce. You can actually buy store-bought like Thai chili sauce, that's good too. But I prefer the peanut satay sauce, so I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's what I like. And it's really just, I've oversimplified it. 3 ingredients. So, this is like a really old garlic clove. Okay. Okay, so I take 1 garlic clove and I mince it. With the world's biggest knife, of course. So mince your garlic clove. I have to add garlic and everything, I think. Okay, so 1 minced garlic clove into your bowl. You can add more garlic if you like garlic. Then we have peanut butter. Creamy peanut butter, please. I'm a big Jif girl, but for some reason, this is Peter Pan, but it says creamy, so we'll go with it. Alright. These are getting in my way. Let me make sure I eyeball this, so I just want to make sure I tell you the right thing. 2 tablespoons, and this is for 12 rolls, so, I mean, it's not just for the 2 rolls I made. So 2 tablespoons of the creamy peanut butter, and 1/3 cup of hoisin. I love hoisin. It's like smoky, a little bit rank. Well, I shouldn't say that. But it is. It's got that, like, you know, funky, pungent flavor. Mix it all together. And this is what I use for my satay. And it's super delicious. I obviously added way too much peanut butter and not enough hoisin. Because it should be a sauce. It shouldn't just be hoisin flavored peanut butter. Okay. People also, I've seen them add like lemon juice or lime juice to it. That's good too. But it should be thick. I mean, it's a thick sauce. And it tastes delicious. So, serve your summer roll with I'm sorry, I have to learn how to eat prettier on camera. Most of you know me, so sorry. So good. I love Asian food. Alright. Review. Vietnamese sandwich. Marinate your fish. Fry it up. Try to marinate it overnight if you can with those ingredients that are on the recipe. And then to assemble it, it's fish, it's a little chili sauce, it's a little soy sauce, it's a little bit of that spicy mayo if you prefer, a little more spicy. It's got, I put watercress, you don't have to do that, but cilantro definitely is the classic thing to put on it. Then it's got your pickled vegetables, which you can use carrots, you can use daikon, you can pickle, what else do you want to pickle? Any vegetable you can pickle, you can put on it. I've even seen it with pickled garlic, which is pretty good, which I do have. That's an idea for later. And then I do like to freshen it up with just a fresh, crunchy vegetable, like a cucumber. Put it all together and top it with a fried egg, and it just, it's got creaminess, it's got acid, it's got sweetness, it's got spiciness, it's got crunch. Everything you could possibly want in a sandwich. The summer rolls are really delicious and fresh. They just have rice noodles, rice wrappers, any fresh herbs that you like. You can do them with pork, you can do them with ground pork's really good, but shrimp I love the best. I've done it with chicken. I mean, I've done it with everything. Super, super duper easy to make and fresh. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I am trying to figure out a class for next week. I know I say that every time, but if you have anything that you want done, let me know. Next week is also, I posted early for you guys, but I posted to everybody this morning. It's our Customer Appreciation Week. We're spreading it out all week long, mostly for safety reasons, because we don't want, we usually have it 1 or 2 days, and that's just a lot of people. So hopefully everyone comes out, but not to worry. We have 15% store-wide on our online shop as well. So lots of fun stuff, lots of fun giveaways. We've decided to give away local gift cards and coupons and baskets instead of our vendors' prizes, because we want to support our neighbors and want you to come shop with them as well. So it'll be a fun week. Hope to see you out there. And until next week, enjoy some of these recipes, and I will see you later.